The Velvet Room residents are waifu material. I'm talking about Margaret, Elizabeth, Lavenza, and
twins!
Oh yeah, Caroline and Justine.
Hello to you too, inmate!
Usually dressed in blue and sometimes pink, they are all under the employ of Igor, the pointy-nosed man. Each assigned their own guests along with a save the world scenario. With that, here are my reasons why the Velvet Room residents are waifu material. Starting with Persona 5 Royal, we have the twins, Caroline and Justine. Tasked with helping Joker's rehabilitation, as resident wardens, they like to put up a tough front for Joker. This little tag team comprises of polar opposite personalities. Caroline likes to play the bad cop, often threatening Joker, while Justine on the other hand is a bit more gentle and holds Caroline back.
That's not true. It's not. Hey, inmate! You wipe that stupid smirk off your face!
As Velvet Room residents, they don't know much about the world, but that doesn't stop Caroline from pretending.
And what is that? That blue-gray, tube-like device beside the chair. Oh, that! It's used for... That's right! It's for covering your head. You put it on and protect yourself from enemy attacks. The chin strap is a dead giveaway. I've heard this armor has saved countless lives. You'd better treasure it, inmate.
In order to gain more insight, they ask Joker to bring them to various parts of town, such as the cinema, the theme park, and the local gym. Looking swole, Joker. They even went to the Big Bang Burger restaurant, where they get treated like kids.
You seemed much more excited by the toy than the taste anyway. Shut up! I saw you eating around those pickle things or whatever they are, Justine.
They both share a similar appearance, wearing matching blue prison guard outfits, along with blonde hair and yellow eyes. In order to tell them apart, Justine's the one with braided hair and eye patch over her left eye, while Caroline's eye patch is on the opposite eye and her hair is tied in a bun. Once we get to know them more, they're quite adorable. You can get a sense that they even have a crush on Joker, especially the tsundere Caroline.
Caroline is eagerly awaiting your next performance. Hey, that's... Just be honest. No way! I can't let him know that I'm into it!
By now, everyone who has played Persona 5 knows that the two merge into Lavenza, the youngest sister of the group. Ha! Now that she's single, she can't do an all-out attack anymore. Ah, shit. Despite taking place after Persona 5, Lavenza can also split herself to the twins for Persona 5 dancing. Her combined self regains both eyes, but her height stays the same, making her the shortest in the family. Her outfit is completely different, as she now wears a long blue dress and a hairband to match her long hair that goes all the way to her waist. She also notably wears gold-silver accessories in the shape of butterflies around her ears. Compared to her other sisters, she's a bit more techy, shown by her ability to call Joker's mobile phone. But when the Persona fusions fail, she's not afraid to take a more hands-on approach. Just like her twin form, Lavenza has an ever-curious mind, often analyzing the world around her, along with our social customs.
What's up?
She once asked to see our room, and let's just say some things never change.
Come on! 1, 2, 1, 2! But you're back into it! You think you can save the world like that?
She's a bit of a sleepyhead, able to fall asleep in different places even while sitting upright, and she talks in her sleep.
You fiend. You'll pay for splitting me in two. Take that!
Lastly, it's hilarious that she tries to build us a weapon and simply lost her patience.
Ouch! Cursed screwdriver, how dare you defy your wielder? Obey me! Drive those screws! Oh, screw it! Megado!
And when she confesses her feelings, it can be extra sweet.
I love you, my trickster. You are a man without compare in this world.
Moving on to Persona 4, we have Margaret. You can tell she's the oldest by her height and overwhelming aura of maturity.
My, you're surprisingly robust.
Standing at a tall 5'7", she has curly blonde hair held by a hairband, and her Velvet Room attire resembles a more business look with a blue dress and matching heels. She certainly has a kind of beauty that just exudes a kind of elegance, to the point where, when the party met her, Rise had this to say.
Whoa, she's beautiful.
She can sometimes be scary, as behind this beauty, she holds untold power.
What the? She's floating? Her power level is insane! What is she?
And you wouldn't want to make her mad, as seen when she fails a fusion. And when the twins failed the fusion, Margaret was right there to put them in their place. You can tell she's a responsible one. When Igor was away from the Velvet Room, she was willing to step up and welcome you herself. Plus, it's her first time doing so.
Hello, and welcome to the Velvet Room. I've always wanted to say that.
Generally, her main job is to help Igor with the fusions and is responsible for keeping track of all the personas via her compendium. In the golden version of the game, she's the one managing Marie's behavior and kinda acting like her parent, sometimes kicking her out when necessary, acting as our main guide for our adventures in Inaba. In the anime, she often appears at the beginning of each episode to summarize our adventures so far, and give her comments about new arcanas that come from our bonds. Sometimes she acts as a bit of a fortune teller, giving us subtle warnings of impending struggles headed our way. Speaking of fortune teller, now everybody in the Persona 4 fandom likes to make fun of the main character, and refer to him as Chad Narukami. You know, since he's so smooth and gets all the girls. Plus he doesn't get beat up on Valentine's Day. But Margaret got a little revenge for this behavior. Acting as a fortune teller in the school festival, Ebihara was jealous and wanted to get a reading on Narukami's love life.
That particular subject gives me an even greater advantage.
And how is that?
Because his love life is something
Okay, we've heard enough.
We later learned that she even interacted with Nanako, calling you a certain something something.
And the fortune lady knew you. She said you're a manly, man whore. She said you're one big man whore.
Despite the mature personality, she has a rebellious side to her. For one thing, she has the guts to sing this song right in front of Igor.
Velvet room. My master has a very long nose.
After saying our many tear-filled goodbyes, we arrive at Margaret, where she talks about how actions speak louder than words. Clearly, she's talking about a goodbye kiss, which she admits is probably a sin, but that didn't stop her.
Now, close your eyes. Why, you ask? So that you don't witness my sinfulness.
What a rebel. Lastly, we have the quirky Elizabeth, the eccentric middle child with a taste for the theatrical.
It seems we're safe for now, but... Huh?
What the?
Ladies and gentlemen!
The twins have even referred to her as the black sheep of the family. As seen by her sick dance moves, there's a madness to this woman, and I like it.
Whatever, she's such a hottie. You know her?
In response to the Persona 4 dancing, Elizabeth, or should I say LP, decides to put up her own dance ball just to one-up her sister Margaret, going as far as using crocodile tears.
You won't even oblige one teensy little request from me.
Hey, she's crying.
Those are obviously crocodile tears.
Definitely not the shy type, her lack of familiarity with the world doesn't stop her from practicing new social customs. Like the other residents, she has an insatiable curiosity about the outside world. While taking her out, she demonstrates strange curiosity for everyday objects and activities.
This observation post must be what they call a podium.
And don't forget her extensive analysis on playground slides.
Intriguing. One must first claw one's way to the top before relaxing in luxury. This playground equipment teaches a profound lesson on the true way of the world.
It seems money's no issue for this elevator attendant, as her purse seems bottomless, and she once collectively dumped over 1 million yen into the mall's wishing well fountains and the temple's donation box. And it's definitely hilarious when she uses words out of context.
But they are separate and completely soundproof. Be reassured that you can bang all you want in there, no problem.
We'd never do that. I mean, what are you implying?
Is there a problem with making as much noise as you need when practicing your dance moves?
Ugh, never mind.
She can generally be seen wearing a simple blue dress with knee-high boots, gloves, and a little hat to match. That other time she wore pink was because she was in charge of the infirmary. Nurse Elizabeth is a scary thing to imagine. Ever the optimist, she can always be seen with a gentle smile on her face and is always running with full energy.
I don't know how she keeps her energy up.
While holding hands with her in the wedding section of Persona Q, she said she almost crushed her hand to powder. That's actually terrifying because everyone knows she's the strongest Velvet Room attendant. She once gave herself the nickname of Elizabeth, which is strangely appropriate as she is simply hands down the toughest Velvet Room attendant to fight. Her fight has several unexplained rules such as not having certain passive null skills and whatnot. Otherwise, you get insta-killed by her. This fight is truly for the hardcore. Elizabeth is very loyal. Margaret once mentioned to Narukami a story about a girl who resigned from the Velvet Room in order to save her guests. The whole plot of Persona 3 dancing feels like it's just an excuse to travel back in time just to see him again. You can tell just how much she loves him. As an added bonus, I'd like to give special mention to Theodore, who acts as the Velvet Room attendant when he plays Fem C. He's slightly younger than Elizabeth, but he's pretty much just as strong. Often bullied by Elizabeth, I gotta give him credit as he has to put up with all her madness. So what do you think about these Velvet Room residents? Would you agree to be their guest? Be sure to leave a like and let me know who your favorite Velvet Room resident is.